Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, Dark Shirt Speed here, and today we're playing IO carry. We're going to be watching Weaver carry in today's video. Hector is currently 10-0. If you look at his pro tracker, he's 10-0, and I want to see what is he doing so damn well. What's funny is he buys almost the same items every single game. It's Glaipnir into either Manta or Glaipnir into Lincolns. For like the last 7 games, it's all been Glaipnir into Manta, and so let's see why. Now, of course, this game, in my opinion, it's a pretty obvious Manta game. If you don't know why it's an obvious Manta game, it's because he's against Ember, so you purge Searing Chains, and you're against Treant, so you purge Overgrowth. It's also decent against Luna for tanking Eclipse, and I wouldn't say it's good against Ringmaster, but it's also decent against Magnus. It's actually one of the easier spells to Manta dodge if you're really locked in. So yeah, definitely a lot of value in the Manta style of this game, and so it's not shocking that he buys it. On top of that, go sign up to the gameleap website, guys. I'm posting new content over there almost every day, and I'll see you there. So for starting items, he did get an early kill, so it looks a little bit wonky, but it's going to be a circlet, branch, and then wand components with a stick. Now, because he got first blood, he has a full completed wand and an extra gauntlet of strength. So what I really like about his gameplay is how he uses Gemini attack in the laning stage. He's consistently eating tangos, has a bracer completed here, which I love bracer on Weaver. This hero super benefits from the HP, and it already has decent armor for a ranged hero. But yeah, he's really good about using the E and consistently poking either the Magnus or the Ringmaster. I mean, the Phoenix is getting to stack the small camp, and he's completely fine alone, which is one of the benefits of Weaver. So yeah, basically every time the E is up, he's looking for a chance to drop an auto attack, obviously turning off the Gemini attack when he's just going for a basic last hit, and then turns it back on with auto cast to harass the Magnus. It's really well done, just good chip, and most importantly, being able to solo lane here while the Phoenix gets to pull a stack camp is really great, and a lot of it comes from just putting this consistent pressure, this really obnoxious pressure on whoever tries to trade. Right, they finally make the right play, which is to walk up and hit them together. They kind of weren't doing that. But I mean, this is super high MMR. People in low MMR are not going to react any better than this. So he gets a lot of good damage. Another Gemini attack onto the Ringmaster, keeping them both half health, while the Phoenix got to do a major pull. And some of his aggression does get punished a little bit. I mean, this one was fine, just another Sakuchi and a Gemini. Typically, you don't want to end Sakuchi near the enemy because you take a lot of damage. Also, the Phoenix sort of got baited by it, and he does drop a bugs, tries to chase down the mag here. Sort of turns on the Ringmaster, which might have been a mistake because he sort of needed the Gemini attack to finish the kill, and he ends up getting pushed out of lane. So this was a little bit of an unfortunate sequence. Definitely avoid, the majority of the time, avoid using Sakuchi and ending it near the enemy. You should typically hit them with the E, and then use the Sakuchi to reset your positioning, because your attack range is bad. It's 425, and so the major Weaver combos hit them, and then Sakuchi through to reset positioning. From there, he actually buys treads, which some players won't put a heavy priority on buying their early boots, but he absolutely does. He even picked up the boots before the gloves of haste, which goes to show that he actually does value the movement speed. And I think movement speed is pretty valuable on Weaver. It just allows you to get those auto attacks in before pulling a lot of aggro, right? Essentially, it allows you to hit them without having to instantly Sakuchi because you're going to tank creeps due to your 285 movement speed. Now, at this point in the game, you really want to get a regen neutral item. Unfortunately, he didn't get a neutral item, but his Phoenix did. And the Phoenix got seeds and was using it on Hector to actually keep him sustained in the lane, because you have very massive sustain issues on this hero if you don't, which is why most carry Weavers that I've seen tend to buy raindrops, and I'm honestly surprised he didn't, considering the Magnus is going the Shockwave max plus Arcane Boots build. Yeah, the raindrops will get burnt out, but you have severe mana problems and a bad HP pool, so yeah, a little shocked about that. That was the only thing I didn't really like. What I do like is that he finds this angle to go mid here, so he pushes out the bot wave, and instead of farming the large camp or pulling the small camp, he has good enough awareness to see that the Ringmaster is here and picks up the kill. Just a nice little cheeky kill. These are always really great to scoop up on Weaver. After that, he returns to his lane. You shouldn't really permafight on this hero. It's better to get quick kills and then go from there. He does end up running base, so clearly he's playing with more of the mindset of, why did he buy a Band of Elven skin? That's so weird. I mean, I get it's going to turn into Ventilator, but like, kind of weird. I don't know. I mean, usually you just complete your Maelstrom at this point, but okay. But yeah, he actually decides to run base, which I don't mind. I mean, it's clearly the greedy route, but maybe it's all right. You don't lose too much from going base on Weaver because of Sakuchi. So I don't know. I can kind of see it. I sort of actually like it, where you greed out on your items, and then if you do have sustain issues, you kind of just book it back to base. I don't really like the fact that he has no TP now, though, because Weaver is one of the best carries in the game at TPing into fights. Any hero with heavy mobility tends to be better at teleporting than others. Heroes that buy phase boots, heroes like Primal Beast, Earth Spirit, Quap, Puck, Ember, Void Spirit, Weaver, these heroes with heavy mobility are the ones that want to TP around the map. and help out with skirmishes. So little meh, right? I don't know if it's because he wants to get his Maelstrom faster. Maybe he just forgot. But generally, guys, try to keep a TP on you when you're playing Weaver. For the most part, his goal here is just to kind of farm the safe lane. He's just pushing it out, and this is classic Weaver. Weaver is very similar to Lifestealer in a free Lifestealer game, or Morphling in a free Morphling game, where these heroes, if they have the right matchups, are absolutely unkillable, and they can just sit in their safe lane and get hyper farmed without stepping on the toes of their offlaner. So this is a great option. This top fight ends up happening, and, you know, he has no TP, so I like the fact that he's kind of just pushing his lane, but you could imagine that this is an option to TP here, right? The Luna ends up sticking around a bit, and he could get on top of her here because she has no Eclipse and try to get the job done. So, yeah, I mean, just generally, like, this is pretty sad. You know, a TP here probably nets him a kill, maybe two. I mean, this guy's all inning on Ember here. So, definitely somewhat of a mistake. It's funny, this is his camera. He keeps looking, he's probably like, shit. But, okay, from there, you need to buy Clarities if you don't get a mana neutral item, which is why my favorite item on this hero is probably Royal Jelly, just so you can keep that HP pull up. Seize the Serenity is great as well, and he got Safety Bubble, which is fine. One of the neutral items that give regen they're all good, but Jelly's probably my favorite because it stops you from needing to buy Clarities. Now, another small thing that I would recommend that he doesn't do this game, I know I'm kind of like picking on him a bit. I mean, I'm not trying to be too negative, but there's small optimizations here. Another one is when you're buying Glaipnir, after you complete the Maelstrom, you should buy the Vid Booster. Because, you know, Weaver wants to get off time lapse. He wants to tank that initial go, live, and then get off time lapse, which is why you always should have a Bracer, always should have a Wand. You love items like Safety Bubble, right? They're really, really good for enabling, wow, Earth Spirit popping off, enabling the ulti. So, like, instead of this random band of Velvet Skin that is going to turn into a Yasha later, he should have a Vitality Booster to make sure he can survive ganks. And from there, he's just kind of pushing in the lane as hard as he can. I thought maybe he would consider going Shard. If you don't know what the Shard is, it makes it where everything you hit with Sakuchi gets auto-attacked. It's really cool and super good for farming, so it's an option that some Weavers go for if they want a hyper flash farm. It's not the best fighting build. It's much better for fighting to rush Glaipnir, but if you want AFK farm, it's better to go Shard, so that's just something you can keep in mind. Now that he gets his Glaipnir, he sees a tree at mid, quick and easy kill, drops the bugs, Glaipnir, easy peasy, and that's what you want to do. Typically, you want to farm your safe lane, maybe TP into ganks until you have Glaipnir. Once you have Glaipnir, you can really start to get active. I really wish he had a Clarity. Okay, gonna look for the Luna here. Does she not have Manta? Okay, maybe she didn't. But good discipline from her. He didn't Glaipnir her there because he was afraid that she had Manta. But really committing in. All right, he does end up dying at the end of this fight, but let's see what he does. So the main thing is you don't want to end your Sakuchi in the middle of the fight. Like, this one's good because he's not going to get controlled by anything. The Treant isn't a real threat to him. Drops the Glaipnir on a 2, going out of the Ember. Oh, not the best time lapse. I don't even know exactly why he used it there. Was he even low? That one seemed a bit forced. Oh, it's because he got overgrowth and he wanted to all in the Ember. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Oh, did the auto actually kill him? Oh, so close. All right. I mean, I get it. You don't really want to do that. You should almost only use time lapse for when you're actually going to die, like there. So I get why you did it. It was almost cool and correct play. If you did it instantly, it probably would have worked. So a bit of a shame, but cool angle. And at this point, this is where Weaver can shine as a frontliner. He kind of gets skewered here, but they don't really have the best heroes at killing Weaver. He didn't even have time lapse. I mean, this was a little weird. If he got hit by that wheel, he might have died. But gets a really nice bugs. Always try to angle these bugs towards the entirety of the enemy because one just ends up on this Ringmaster, one clips the Ember, and now the Ember is just going to have to very inconveniently hit the bug. And if he doesn't or he ignores it, he's going to get destroyed. This Ringmaster is going to completely run out of armor here. It's bugged. It's not showing it. He probably has like -2 armor here. I mean, no way. He's at 10 armor. And this bug, these bugs hurt. Like, they hurt. 26 damage every 0.85 seconds. I mean, it's a consistent dot on these subs that genuinely does kill them. Considering it does more damage over time because it's physical damage, right? So it reduces the armor. So it kind of enables itself. And yeah, they end up winning the fight. So really well-placed bugs. Just want to highlight that because a lot of Weaver carry players will be very unaware of the direction that they're throwing the bugs. When you throw it at the person you're going on, it should be towards the enemy backline as well. It's very high impact to do that. After that, he's pushing in the side lanes, farming some of the outside camps. Once again, connecting to another play. Looking for a multi-man bugs here. Usually you Glaipnir into bugs, not the other way around. Somehow this one ends up hitting 3. This fight looks a little hard. I mean, his NP isn't here. He's probably going to have to time-lapse soon. He's trying to hold it. Probably... Oh, he should just kill the Ringmaster. What the heck? Yeah, he was just holding it for the chains there. So back to the side lane, almost Manta completed. I would love to see him pick up the Shard next. I really can't stress how good I actually think it is, just because it shoots out autos at everything you Sakuchi through, which when you do it through an entire creep wave, it lets you one-shot the wave, and like these annoying camps like Mud Golems and Troll camps, you kill way faster with it. So it's kind of just good for getting around the map, connecting to fights quicker, avoiding ganks because you have to show for less time. It's just really strong in my opinion. So after the Manta's completed, would love to see him queue that up. And yeah, he's just always looking for the next fight. He is showing up late here. Drops the Glaipnir, very nice. Bugs onto the mag, pick up the kill there, into Roshan. Really convenient fight location. He's gonna get the Aegis. And actually going for an Orchid next, okay. I mean, what is the Ember buying? He has a BKB already. It's a little weird in that regard. This guy could buy Greaves, but he has no Dispel for now. This guy definitely isn't gonna have a Dispel. It's probably good against this mag, Blink into Pipe. It's actually really easy to Orchid this guy, so I can see the angle. He has 3 targets that he can kill from full, and he can also easily poke the Ember BKB. With a Glaipnir into Orchid, he can force the Ember to BKB, which is kind of a decent angle. I'm trying to think what else he could buy at this point. I mean, it's something like a Scotty is fine just so he has an HP pool, right? It's also decent against the Luna because Scotty slows are better against ranged heroes, so that would certainly be an option. He could just go a damage item. Something like a Daedalus is fine. He could go Hurricane Pike. I always like Hurricane Pike on this hero, just because it gives you a bit more HP. And you don't really need to do burst damage on this hero until like late game. You can kind of just play the poke game where you're putting out bugs, putting out Gleipnirs, hitting them with the bonus Geminite attack damage, right? Just always putting out this damage, this consistent damage while being tanky. And so that could be nice. The Pike is nice. It lets you go on Luna and then Pike away if she clicks Eclipse. That's another example. I will admit though, the Orchid, definitely good for the overall mana regen it provides, which Weaver certainly has a problem with. He's bought almost no clarities this game, which is beyond me. I mean, me and Hector are definitely different. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to click a few more clarities. He did take Bullwhip, which I don't think is the best Weaver item. I mean, it's okay. You can use it offensively to slow the enemy down. But I think he's mainly taking it for the mana regen, which there are better items. Things like Pupil's Gift, Specialist Array, probably those are the main two, are definitely the better tier 2 neutrals. If you don't get them, taking mana regen and preventing yourself from having to buy clarities is a decent idea. But okay, going high ground. He did use his Manta, so he actually can't really get out of any roots if he gets gone on. Wow, sieging really hard here. Damn. Killed that range frac super quick. Very good, back to neutrals. Oh, that's a good 2-man Glaipnir and bugs. These are probably the best heroes to get the bugs and Glaipnir on, because Ringmaster is just like the best team fighter in the game right now. And Mag really struggles to get rid of the bug if he's like a utility build, no attack speed at all. So this is great. It's going to take the Mag out of the fight for a while. Oh, Orchid almost gets the kill on the Ringmaster. Kite the outside. Aegis out in 6, and the enemy probably knows that. Manta? Oh, this is a big opportunity. Wow, well played from the Mag. What a well-timed RP. I mean, I blame Hector a little for that. Maybe he overcommits when the Aegis is ending, but still, I mean, that was really well played from the enemies. So as the fight breaks out here, this is definitely where I'm a bit skeptical about this Orchid, to be perfectly honest. Once again, he's 10-0, so like, who am I to talk? But as he goes in, I mean, gets Overgrowth, pops a BKB, so he even bought BKB next. I mean, Hector is like the most stat-based player I've ever seen. This guy loves buying stats. I've seen his Lifestealer before, and he'll just have like Manta Lincolns on Lifestealer, and you're like, what in the world? But yeah, I mean, he can't really kill the tree in here. The Orchid is obviously decent in this case, but I mean, what spell is this guy even casting? I guess Leech Seed? Like, it's okay. It's okay. He's kiting the outside of the fight, clearly looking to take out the subs here. Orchid onto the Mag, poking him out a bit, onto the Ember, continuing the chip. This is where, okay, I mean, the Orchid's going to have big impact here. He has no BKB. Definitely going to force him to the Remnant. Oh, weird time lapse. Double Glaipnir, and they kill him. And like next up, he has Butterfly queued, which I will admit, I don't really get it. I mean, he's not fighting the Luna. I mean, there's no way Luna even hits him. He has BKB and Manta and time lapse. Like the enemy, I guess he could get RP'd and maybe die to Luna auto attacks and RP, and so the Butterfly is good. But like, is the attack speed necessary? You already have attack speed from Manta. You have attack speed from Vambrace, and these two items as well. As he gets onto the tree, and like, I'd love to see something like a Nullifier to dispel this Force Staff, to dispel the Solar. I'd love to see a Daedalus come out, right? Just because he already hits so fast, it's nice to kind of even it out with some damage, or even just a Shard. But no, he's going for the Butterfly. He wants that stats. He wants to be tanky. Clearly, just valuing the attack speed. In terms of talents, at 10, he took Sakuchi damage. Wow, Sakuchi damage. Must be to help him clear waves, because, I mean, almost everyone takes the strength, because, once again, you don't want to get bursted on Weaver. 20 mana break, that talent's fine on the right-click version. Geminite attack damage is very standard for the right-click version. It's really good with the shard as well, because the shard shoots a Geminite attack, so it works with the shard. Okay, big fight breaks out here. They were going to take the Tormentor, always use the Swarm on the Tormentor. Orchid onto the Ember, which I like. It's going to force an early BKB, and it does, so the Orchid kind of paying off there, I will admit. It's more significant than you'd think to like force a BKB like that. Popping early BKB just to kind of push away the mag. Sees the Ringmaster, which is a great target. Time lapses to keep his Aegis up. You really can't fight the Luna. Ugh. Kind of getting stuck next to the Luna Eclipse. Probably not the best decision to run into that. Okay, he's in an awkward position. No defensive item, no Swarm. It's not exactly the best time to go in now. And so, yeah, fight's a little awkward. This looks like he's going to have to get out here. Picks up the Arcane Rune. Finds the mag. Can he kill him? Yeah. Oh my god, he got ringmastered. He got ringmastered. I think something to note about Hector's team fighting is that he puts this really high emphasis on avoiding the enemy carry. And I think a lot of that's just because that's not what Weaver does. You know, certain carries like Sven or even Luna are very good, like carry busters. They're good at hitting the enemy carry. They man up very well. But they're towers. They're very stagnant. They're generally easy to kite. And these types of heroes, you want to ignore them. Like going on this Luna who has Satanic, Pike, Manta, BKB. I mean, you're not doing any real damage to him as Weaver. And as a result, kind of picking off his backline, dismantling the enemy team. Great positioning, by the way. I mean, it can't be overstated how good it is that he's not getting caught in this RP, right? He's on the outside of the fight, which is what you want on Weaver. Sakuchi's away here, afraid of getting stuck in the RP. Continues to wait, Magnus goes in, and now he can push the mag away. Ringmaster boxes the mag, and now he can go for the Ringmaster. So really paying attention to the defensive options, kills the mag, kills the Ringmaster, and now his team is able to kind of work out the Luna. The Sunray kicks in, and his team can poke the enemy carry from far range. Something that he can't really do, especially because he doesn't have a Dragonlance or a Grove Bow. These items that maybe could let him hit Luna without her actually being able to hit back. So yeah, that's going to be all. They do end up winning the game off that. So pretty cool, interesting stat-based build. Eventually completes into Bloodthorn. So yeah, I mean, the Orchid, I get his angle. He's just trying to be tanky, survivable, and picking on the enemy supports and outside heroes. He's really not looking to interact with the Luna. Did interact with Ember a little bit in that one team fight. I mean, they ended up losing the fight, but it kind of made sense, right? Click the Orchid on him, force his BKB, put him in a weird spot. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed Hector's gameplay. I definitely did. Pretty cool overall. Very good connections, incredible laning stage. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.
And that's all. But remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.